The third group of people in Shomer HaTorah, that understand the depth of Torah, not people who actually don't understand and they think they understand. They're just we're not even thinking about them because we shouldn't be with them, we shouldn't be like them. They are mamash like the first group, which he called like the monkeys, people who don't think. In other words, we're not talking about people who act it out. In other words, they say that they're keeping Torah mitzvahs, but at the same time they're not thinking about the fact that HaKadosh Baruch Hu created the world. They're not thinking and realizing and internalizing that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is here and is activating everything to happen and is making everything happen, and that he is here by Ashgacha Pratis. On them, Rabbi Avram calls them just like the first group, like the monkeys. They're not looking around about what's happening and how things are happening. And if they do think about anything, they just think about the first step, like, oh, how am I going to buy this from the store? They're not, how did they get to the store? How did they get to the delivery truck? How did they get there? And so forth and so forth. And it's just like the animal is walking around the mill there. He's going around in circles a million times, not thinking once that he's grinding the wheat that he could have food to eat. It's just like that animal. A person who acts like a Shomer Torah mitzvahs but doesn't realize that he's supposed to be thinking about the Ashgacha Pratis and everything that happens in this world, he's just like that animal. He never thinks about the fact that HaKadosh Baruch Hu makes a rain and how that rain happens and what HaKadosh Baruch Hu makes the way that HaKadosh Baruch Hu makes things happen. However, then we have the real Shomer Torah mitzvahs that actually put in effort in understanding and trying to think and internalize that everything that happens in this world is an intermediary through which HaKadosh Baruch Hu fulfills his wishes, and that everything that happens in this world is a plan and a gezerah ma'aboris Baruch Shemoy v'ro kachashiva aloydesam tzoyim v'az boines behem v'viz. And of course, they realize that not thinking, and in other words, being like the people who just walk around and don't think about what's happening around them, brings lidei kfirah. Not thinking about how things happen, how intermediaries cause outcomes, and realizing that it's all HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that brings lidei kfirah b'maisav yis'ala be'ekronos terasoi. It brings to pure kfirah in his Torah and kfirah in Ashgacha Pratis, ki kfirah sa'filosofim, just like the philosophers of kfirah. V'chi emunas adasi shelo ilaham b'kiyuman shel shibas oigoyim minayim lefunos yis'ala. Betoich kach nelmu me'em advarim ativiyim v'medol lidei kfirah. The fact is that this is how these philosophers got to kfirah, because they thought that all they can do is figure out that, oh, things just happen and maybe HaKadosh Baruch Hu did it in a certain way that they should happen, but now they just run on their own, and this caused them kfirah. They maybe even thought that this is how a person should believe, and this is the emunah that the Torah demands, and it's fine to live like that and believe like that, and you can be a Eved Hashem like that. And that's a joke, and it's a bizoyan. If there's a Yid who thinks that, it says there, Rabbeinu Avram, Chil Hashem Mamash, Rachmana Litzlan, for a Yid, and especially someone who considers himself a Chacham, to think that Chas v'Shalom HaKadosh Baruch Hu created in the world, and he just lets it run. Adarabba, that is pure slippery slope to the kfirah of the Greek philosophers. However, then there's the Shomer Torah mitzvahs who believe and understand and try to realize and internalize, as we'll get to. Mitzvah Shem. Have a wonderful day.